Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed video. I was looking into pre-purchasing this game. It comes out in 4 days, but I was just looking up, I was wondering what are all the ghosts in the game, because I've really only seen gameplay and a trailer of one ghost, and I've seen like a Twitter clip of Slimer being in the game. So I'm just wondering how many ghosts are in the game, what is the progression like for ghosts compared to Ghostbusters. You might have seen a bunch of videos already showing off how Ghostbusters can customize their equipment and their muzzle, grip, all this different stuff on their ghost equipment. But what do ghosts get? So let's hop into this and just break down the different classes for ghosts and how many types are in the game and what they all do differently. I just completed the tutorial for ghosts, so I'm not a high level. I can't play any of these future ghosts, but I can show them off here a little bit. So hopefully this video can give you a good understanding of how many are in the game currently. I don't know if more will be in the game by release, but it seems like there's a good amount just for launch. I was honestly only expecting like 2 or 3 ghosts, and I'm glad there's way more than that. And again, if you want to watch my first hour of gameplay playing Ghostbusters for the first time and the Ghost, that video will be up on the channel in a little bit, so stay tuned, subscribe, leave a like, turn on notifications for that one. Let's hop into the Ghost breakdown. So basically, you'll see in my hour-long video coming out very soon that you eventually will unlock this place after playing a couple matches as Ghostbusters. So you can't play Ghost right away. It's at least, I think, 2 or 3 matches to be able to play as the Ghost. But once you unlock this place, you'll go through a very extensive tutorial. There's also all this stuff over here showing off exactly how you can play the Ghost correctly. But you go over here to choose your ghost, and you will be actually surprised, because this is a pretty in-depth system. At least a lot more than what I was thinking when before I got the game. Alright, so to start things off, we got the Ectoplast ghost type here. So the Ectoplast special attributes are that it applies more slime per attack hit, slime on busters slows more, so they're all slime based of course. Sliming busters down is more effective, easier tether escapes as well, so you're like slippery in the tether, but its negative is reduced object and trap damage, and slower sabotage interaction speed. But yeah, you can see the stats for yourself here. Of course, the Ectoplast excels in movement. It has a lot of energy, even though when I was playing, I feel like I ran out of energy very, very quickly. So I can't imagine any other ghost having it lower than that. That's a little scary. But as I get better at the game, I'm sure this energy will seem like a lot. And I don't exactly know what all of these mean either. Haunting, fear is probably how much fear you inflict on civilians just by being around them. Haunting, maybe how fast the haunt meter goes up at the top of the screen so that you can win the match. Possession, I don't know how fast you can move in a possessed object or what. I don't know what that means, but you can see the stats for yourself up here. I'll be doing an extensive ghost breakdown video once I unlock all the ghosts and have had time to play as them. But for now, this is just showing off the ghosts that are in the game and what they do. And not only that, you can click onto the Ectoplast class and have a bunch of different skins for them. So this is Winky, the first one you start out with. You can customize their colors completely over here, and there are some crazy colors too. And that's not points that you have to buy like with real money or anything. That's just, you get that at level 40, I guess. As Ectoplast level 40, you have a player level, which is your Ghostbuster and monster rank combined, which is how you unlock these next ghosts. Requires player level 20, requires player level 30. But in the Ectoplast class itself, it has its own level. And at level 20 here, you get the Slimer from the movies, of course, which can also be customized with all these different colors over here. So you got lots of colors, lots of variants to unlock. And it seems as well that the variants aren't just skins within the classes, they also customize the character more. So for example, Winky here, you got 3 abilities. You got minions, so summon a swarm of minions around you and they attack people. You got the sludge puddle to drop a big slime puddle below you that slows people that are in it and covers them in ectoplasm. And then the ultimate ability, which is on like a 300-second cooldown, so a 5-minute cooldown of just a slime native, covers everything around you, the whole room in the slime, and can knock people down. And then you go over to Brainy, which doesn't change the stats on the side. All the ectoplasts have the same exact special attributes and all that, but look what it does change. It does change one of their abilities. And I can't click on this. I can't switch it to the other ability, which was the slime sludge on the ground. So, but this one gets a glob throw. I kind of wish you could switch the abilities between all of them, since they do seem like they're just skins, but I guess not. If you want this certain glob throw ability, you can't play as like Slimer, for example. Unless, yeah, no, he doesn't get it. So that is a little weird. So the variants actually each have their own unique middle ability. But yeah, I do wish the whole class could pick from the abilities and just customize Slimer to have the Globthor or whatever, so that these are just skins down here, not actual variants that change the ghost. I guess it is good to know that you're going against. If you see a Slimer, for example, you're gonna know what middle ability he has. Anyways, this is Brainy over here, and Brainy's unique ability is Glob Throw. You charge up the attack. The longer you charge it, the greater the size and the volume of the slime applied to the target when it's thrown, and you just slime them. I don't know if it can affect multiple targets or not, but you just hold it down, boom, glob them. And of course, you can change all his colors just like the other ones. And then we got Pokey over here, which looks like this. All the ghosts look really good, by the way. I really like them all. And Pokey's unique ability is the Ecto Torpedo. This one is a long-range torpedo attack, kind of like a spear almost, and or a javelin. You throw it at them, and it knocks them far back and covers them in slime as well, I'm pretty sure. I haven't been able to test all these though. And then lastly, in the Ectoplast category, we have Slimer. I can't select him yet. Again, there'll be an extensive breakdown once I have everything unlocked. So I can't view what Slimer's ability is, but I feel like they showed it off on the Twitter. So if you go over to the Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed Twitter, you might be able to see his ability down there. Very excited to get him though. Might main him. Classic dude over here. And I can't show off his colors either just because I can't select him. But yeah, now on to the next class besides Ectoplast, which I can't click on and I can't show anything for, but we can read its stats on the side here. The Ghouly class, which also, by the way, just a really sick design here for a ghost. Yes, I've seen all the movies and everything. I don't remember this one. I think a lot of these are unique to the game, but maybe each class itself will have one that's from the movies. I feel like I recognize this one, but maybe not. And this one even, I don't know. Comment down below if you recognize any of these from the movies. For some reason, they're not popping in my head. The Ghouly class seems to do very well with movement as well. Even better than the Ectoplast class, as you can see comparing here. In fact, it seems like they do better in all categories except energy. So they have even less energy than the Ectoplast class, but everything else is more powerful. Their special attributes: shorter scare cooldown, which is I think their primary attack button. Just a left click, so shorter, so you can left click a lot more, which makes sense for all the hands they have. Increased possess/transfer objects distance. So if you're inside of a cup over here and you possess it, you can look way over there at a chair, click the possess button, and transport straight into it, far away. Increase fear damage on civilians getting calmed. And the negatives: shorter scare distance and harder tether escape. So not the best when getting tethered up by a group of people, but they seem like they could do a lot of damage. And then we've got the Basher class over here, which my dude over here looking like Frankenstein. And out of all the ghosts, the Basher seems to have the slowest movement, but everything else seems to be a decent amount. Special attributes: scare destroyed objects burst with PKE. Scares/slimes nearby victims. I don't exactly know what that means. Scare destroyed objects burst with PKE. I think it's just, if it just said destroyed objects burst with PKE, which slimes people around them, that would make sense, but scare destroyed objects burst. What is scare destroyed objects? I don't even know. If you destroy them with a scare? I don't know. If you left click an object and destroy it like a cardboard box or something, will it burst and then slime everyone nearby? I don't know. They are slower to tether. So when their Ghostbusters are holding you with the tether laser, it's going to be harder for it to actually catch you. And then you start going into the interact prompt. They have a shorter stun duration as well. Increased object and trap damage. More powerful buster knockbacks. And the negatives: slower rift detonation and tougher trap minigame. And then we have the Howler over here, which is just kind of all in the middle with a lot of stuff, except they have a ton of energy. Same amount of energy actually as the Slimer class, or the Ectoplast. Their special attributes are longer spawned minion lifespan, but they also have minion abilities that they can summon. I don't know how similar everyone's abilities are, but yeah, this one also has minions. Another plus: minion health is up. Increased scare distance. Haunted objects make sporadic decoy audio noises. That's actually pretty good. They're just a very tricky, confusing ghost type, I guess. Negatives: tighter scare cone and longer scare cooldown. Alright, on to the Poltergeist, which just, I see right here, has the lowest fear out of anything, but has the same amount of haunting as the Ghouly type, which is just super high amount of haunting. And they look sick as well. And there's probably 4 variants with all different skins and abilities as well. Special attributes. Passively shocks busters in close proximity. That's kind of crazy. That seems just like a straight upgrade from every other ghost. But that kind of gives away your location too. So being a poltergeist and being able to haunt objects, that just kind of gives you away. So I don't know. Much faster PKE regeneration inside electronic based objects. Oh, that is cool. Okay, so maybe a little map dependent there. If there's not a map that has a lot of electronic objects to possess, like radios, TVs, electric power washers, or whatever it might be, maybe he's a little worse there. But that's really cool, actually. That's a cool design choice. They have a more effective proton pack sabotage. It breaks their proton pack on their back even more, so they have to do a longer animation to get it back up and running. Or they're just faster at sabotaging the proton packs. Increased trap and gadget damage as well. Negatives: easier to tether, greater pack sabotage cost, and a longer stun period. Okay. Alright, well ladies and gentlemen, that is about it for the video. Hopefully this covered most of the basics of what to expect when buying the game and loading it up. Now knowing how many ghosts are in the game, the different types, and how many abilities there can possibly be. And I'm sure they're going to add even more on top of all this, but I don't know for sure, don't quote me on it. But yeah, very, very promising. I was not expecting this either. When I first started the game, I was a little disappointed that I saw most people playing only one ghost, but now seeing that there's multiple variants, abilities, and then even further down the line, more ghosts to unlock, plus those ghosts all have different variants and more abilities, I am officially hyped for the game and can't wait to level up. So if you want to see the journey of me leveling up, I can't stream because my internet's terrible right now, but I will be making videos, so tune into the channel for that, and I will see you guys in the next Ghostbusters video very, very soon.